Yo guys, what is going on? It's your boy Steven here and welcome back to another video here on the channel. In today's video I will be talking about the Labour leadership contest and who I think will win and who in my opinion I think should win this and who I want to win, and yeah, just giving my overall opinions on this leadership contest. Now if you've watched my previous videos you would know that I am a Conservative. I'm a member of the Conservative Party, so some of you guys may think, why do you even care about the Labour Party? Then, surely you would love it for them to be absolutely annihilated, destroyed. Now, I believe in parliamentary democracy. I believe in holding the government to account, and obviously for us to have a functioning parliamentary democracy, we need to have a strong opposition capable of, basically kicking the government out of office at the next election. And at the moment, for the past couple of years now, we have not had that. Obviously in 2017, let's face it, we the Conservatives ran not the best of campaigns and we still beat Labour despite all this excitement over Corbyn. 2019, we absolutely annihilated Labour. So Labour's got a lot of rethinking and a lot of rebuilding to do. Now, the three candidates are Rebecca Long-Bailey, backed by, Corbyn, McDonnell, Momentum. You got Lisa Nandy, that outsider of this race. And then you've got Sir Keir Starmer, who is the favourite for the leadership role and is backed by many people, including former Prime Minister Gordon Brown. Now, I'm going to get into it and give my views on each one, and then we're going to talk about, at the end of the video, I'm going to basically say who I think will win, but who I think should win. So, first up, we've got Rebecca Long-Bailey, as I said, backed by Momentum, backed by McDonnell, Corbyn, believed as the continuity candidate for Corbynism. Now, we all know Corbynism got destroyed at the last election. It was a mixture of policies. It came to Brexit. Obviously, people didn't think. People knew that Labour were trying to stop Brexit. They were just playing around with the will of the people instead of just getting on and delivering on the result. You've got the actual policies, which many people deem to be unrealistic. Now, I know there will be some people saying, yeah, but look at the Conservatives now, they're spending money willy-nilly. The thing is, this is a national emergency with the coronavirus, and we need to take drastic measures against this. So you cannot seriously compare this epidemic of the coronavirus, or pandemic, to, just if we weren't dealing with this right now and we were sort of at normal lives, if you know what I mean. You cannot compare that. We're taking these drastic measures because the coronavirus will ruin lives. Even if it doesn't come into contact with an individual, their life will still be harmed because someone else's life may be harmed, which may harm their business. Now, what I think, the Corbyn policies, I'm not going to sit here and say they're all bad, they're all terrible. There are some good policies in there, and I see where those policies come from, but it's just that you've got to be real about it. Can the country afford it? And the simple answer is the country could not afford what Corbyn and Labour were putting to the people. Now, I think the last problem with the whole Corbyn package was the man actually selling it. As we all know, Jeremy Corbyn's got, how do we put it? He's got a past which is well publicised in the media. A lot of people like to call him a terrorist sympathiser, for instance. And, stuff like that. Obviously, people like Tony Blair criticise him of his sort of anti-Western, what was I going to say? Anti-Western policy, that's it. And people did fear that. People feared that Jeremy Corbyn and Diane Abbott, basically at the head of our national security, was a risk to the country. And they just didn't feel safe if Corbyn became Prime Minister. Now, a lot of you may be saying, well, what does this have to do with Rebecca Long-Bailey? Now, the bonus with Rebecca Long-Bailey, and for people who like these kind of policies, is that, as far as I know, she hasn't got anything really dodgy on her. There's no real background information, I don't know, to be used against her, I guess. Is that the right phrase to say? So, she hasn't got like I said, she hasn't got that sort of stuff that Corbyn had with him. She hasn't got the baggage then. But she's still going to put, let's face it, the same policies to the electorate. And let's face it, the electorate will say, like they have done in 2017 and have done in 2019, more emphatically in 2019, I must add, we don't want these policies. Now, this is a crisis for democracy, and a lot of you may be saying, how is this a crisis for our democracy? What happens with the Labour Party? The Labour Party are, in terms of membership, the biggest political party in Europe, I believe, but in Britain, in terms of success at winning elections, they are the second biggest political party in Britain. If they're in turmoil and they keep getting thrashed, we're not going to have a functioning parliamentary democracy. So this choice is really crucial. And to those who, obviously want a Labour government, or say I don't want a Labour government, but to those who do, got to really think with their heads here, and instead of just going, oh, Rebecca Long-Bailey, oh yes, Corbyn, I love those policies, let's go Rebecca Long-Bailey. You can love policies as much as you want, but if they're not going to win, what's the point in still going, oh, we must go with that, because you'll just be sat on the sidelines the whole time. You won't be doing anything. You're not going to get those policies through. So that's why I think collecting Rebecca Long-Bailey is the complete wrong idea for this. I just don't think that continuing a failed project is right for Labour. It's not. Labour's only ever won, I believe, from a centre-left position. Now, if I'm wrong on that, please correct me. I know I'm always open to corrections. So the idea that Labour can just stay right to the left and win elections is ludicrous. And Labour need to wake up to this and just accept that the kind of politics in charge at the moment will not win elections. Simple as. So that's why, for me, Rebecca Long-Bailey should not be winning this contest. Now, next up is Lisa Nandy, backbencher for Wigan, elected in 2010, served in Jeremy Corbyn's, I don't even know, I just lost my words then, shadow cabinet, and she quit the shadow cabinet in 2016, I think it was. And yeah, she said in this leadership election she quit because of the failure to deal with anti-Semitism. Obviously, another thing that plagued Jeremy Corbyn's leadership, the sort of what I presumed to be a weakness in dealing with it, and I think that's very key to stress out. A lot of Labour voters and members, especially on Twitter, when you point out the anti-Semitism, a lot of people start accusing you of calling Jeremy Corbyn anti-Semitic, which is absolutely no. We're not accusing Corbyn of being anti-Semitic. What we're saying is he's shown complete weak and a lack of leadership in dealing with the anti-Semitism. Are you telling me if a strong leader was there, they would have allowed this anti-Semitism to get to the point of the Equality and Human Rights Commission getting involved in this? Absolutely not. It would have been sorted. Members need to be kicked. I'm sorry, if someone's being anti-Semitic, if there's one case of anti-Semitic in the second biggest party in Britain in terms of, success, it's a problem. There should be none in any political party, in any parts of our society. There should be absolutely no cases of anti-Semitism or any other racism or xenophobia or homophobia or any sort of abuse for that matter. And I do want to make clear, Labour's anti-Semitism problem should not be used to score political points. It should actually be used as a warning in which our politicians need to take seriously. If Labour are being plagued by anti-Semitism, this could be signals of anti-Semitism on the rise again, and we need to extinguish this. We need to extinguish it now. It needs to be stopped now. That's really the point I'm getting at. Now, Lisa Nandy, bonus is that she wasn't in that failed cabinet that got thrashed in the last election, like Keir Starmer and Rebecca Long Bailey were. Now, I'm going to be honest, she was my favourite for a while to win this. But she, I turned off her as soon as she said that she would vote to abolish the monarchy. Now, imagine if she became Prime Minister. You know, if she's already said that, when would she call a referendum to abolish the monarchy? And while I think that, you know, the British people vote to keep the monarchy, it's just not something I think we should be doing. And yeah, that just really turned me off her straight away. I gotta be honest, I don't really know a lot about her, because at the start of this leadership contest, I did take huge interest in it, watching all the hustings and stuff like that. But after the coronavirus pandemic started, you know, really happening, hitting all the European countries, and growing big in China and stuff like that, I really have you know, not really paid that much attention to it, as I'm sure a lot of people have been the same. But I gotta admit, as soon as she came out as a monarchy, as soon as she came out that she would abolish the monarchy, some people may not like this, but I just turned off her, because I am a huge fan of the monarchy, and obviously in a referendum I'd vote to keep it. But yeah, I just couldn't really agree with that. And finally, we've got Sir Keir Starmer, who was elected, I believe, in 2015. Obviously, you've got the sort of failed Brexit policy, which a lot of people would attribute to him, considering he was the shadow Brexit secretary. My fear with him is, would he continue the Brexit argument? You know, I really hope not, because I think if Labour did go into the next election trying to talk about Brexit, bye Labour, that's all I'm going to say. I genuinely believe they'd get absolutely annihilated. I think, as we all seen at last election, it was a mixture of get Brexit done, but a lot of people just said, a lot of people just saying, let's just get it done. You know, I have no doubt Remainers probably voted for Conservatives. I'm not saying all of them, but I would definitely believe some of them did. And sure, some Leavers maybe voted for Lib Dems and Labour. But, you know what I mean? Like, I just think a lot of people just like, can we just get this done and just end this? And if Keir Starmer wins this and then comes out saying, we're going to fight to rejoin the EU and have another referendum, I think a lot of them will just stick their middle finger up at Keir Starmer and Labour and just say, no, you're done. That's where I think this will be a sticking point for Labour. Now, what I have liked about Keir Starmer, there's been no real sort of, I'm only going to stay on the left, but there's been no sort of, I'm only going to stay in the centre. I genuinely believe he will be a centre-left politician, well, leader of the Labour Party even. I think he will keep, I don't know, maybe 48% or 50% of some of Corbyn's and the Corbyn leadership's ideas, because as we all know, he's been very, you know, happy about Corbyn turning Labour into an anti-austerity party. But what I really like about it is he's got the backing of former PM Gordon Brown, and it honestly wouldn't surprise me if Tony Blair backed him as well, because Tony Blair obviously isn't saying who he backs in this election, because, as we all know, he's not very liked in the Labour Party. He's not a very popular member in the Labour Party. So obviously if he came out in support of, let's say, Keir Starmer, then Keir Starmer's votes, there's a big chance they would drop off. So maybe quite wisely, Tony Blair is staying out of this. But I generally do believe that, I think if Tony Blair was honest, he probably would back Keir Starmer in this. And I think that's very crucial. Now, I'm going to get into this in another video, but this project's failed, and I think Labour need to return to a centre-left position if they are to be any credible opposition. And actually have an opposition. And you know, those on the left of Labour may not like it, but I'm sorry, it's true. Labour will never see power for as long as they stay in the current position of far left policies at all. And to finish this off, it isn't progressive politics. You know, Corbyn's politics, McDonnell's politics, almost going back to the strikes of 1970s, I think it was, all the strikes and that. It's not progressive politics. So yeah, I mean, now who I want to win? Now, probably Keir Starmer. Not because I've really that much in common with him. I just feel like he'd be the most likely candidate to put Labour back to a form of credible opposition. Who I think will win? Keir Starmer. He is basically the favourite and has been throughout this race, even before he entered. Well, I think when the race kicked off, Rebecca Long Bailey was the favourite. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she was. And then Keir Starmer got involved, and then obviously everyone from that point thought Keir Starmer was the favourite. So yeah, thanks so much for watching this video, guys. Please leave down below who you think will win this leadership contest, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Cheers, guys, and goodbye.